minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Hello. Welcome to 10 Drink Minimum. My name is Chris. Let me throw everybody up on the screen here and unmute their microphone. Hello there. How's everyone doing?
Hello.
Can everyone hear me?
Oh, yeah.
You're coming through.
I gotta hear it.
Hey, okay, I can hear.
Okay, cool. Well, it's Sunday. It's the last party of the weekend. It's quarantine. And we have on the show, first of all, Ray is here.
Hello. I'm glad to be back now that WrestleMania is not on.
Smiley is here.
Hi.
Holly Ann is here. She's returning. And then as our special guest this week from Better Call Saul, Frank, Lynette, we have Lauren Poole on the show again.
Hello.
We can't. There we go. I was like, we can't see the top of your head.
There we go. Is that better?
No, I'm just kidding.
Booker. Hi guys. Happy quarantine Easter.
Yeah.
Yay!
Right. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Oh man, I've been sewing these fashion masks
Oh,
Ooh.
that I can feel like fashionable when I go to the grocery store.
Oh, those are nice.
nice.
Ooh.
I don't even have one.
Oh, dude, I have one that's way too big for mine or Alex or Nelson's face, and I should give that to you.
There you go. Because I have a fat face.
You have a big beard.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I just ordered some for the clinic, like that we could have like specialized for us. So I'm gonna have all of our technicians wearing black ones that have little cat whiskers on them.
Aw.
Oh,
I love that painting behind you, Ray. That's great.
Oh, thank you. Mhm.
so when you ordered those, Ray, what's the turnaround time on those? Is it like a long time?
I had to find a guy on Etsy that was selling them, and they're not like gonna be enough to like stop viral, but it is gonna be like enough to stop everyone's spit from going everywhere, which is ultimately I think what we're trying to do. But someone on Etsy is like busting them out, and they said it was like a 3-day turnaround time to get them shipped.
Oh,
But then
damn.
I have somebody else do the whiskers for me.
Well, that's if the U.S. Postal Service doesn't collapse in that time.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully not. Hopefully they don't. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, I've been writing people letters and sending people postcards, trying to like spend some money. Office. I love getting real mail though.
Yeah, I've had forever stamps, and I've had them for like forever. I don't even know if I bought them. And I'm always like, how many do I need? Like, I don't even know how to mail shit. I'm just like, do I need more than one? Yeah, and then I'll fuck it. I'll put one on there, and if it comes back, I'll send it again.
Then you add a stamp, see if it comes back.
Yeah.
That's job security for the Postal Service.
Yeah. I've always heard stories like if you don't have a stamp, you just like tape the change on there, and they'll give you a stamp.
Ooh, that's not a rumor I'd want to spread.
You tape $1 to the thing.
Yeah.
You're like tipping the postman. You're all, here you go, Mr. Postman.
Yeah.
Well, I felt bad because I went to the store today to buy some stuff, and there's people outside, and they're like, do you have any change? And I wanted to be like, where the fuck would I get cash right now, and then how would I hand it to you? So I felt bad. I was just like, I don't know how that would work,
You stick at your box and bring it to them?
Physical currency.
Yeah. I'm just like,
yeah, like if a panhandler like sets up a Venmo.
Right. What would happen if you walk up and you're like, sorry, I don't have any change and all? That's cool. I've got the cube. And
Yeah.
QR code and maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, they have a QR code.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. So, oh wow, here you go. Is that the Braquenia woman in the bottom left?
Yes, Josh.
Yes. I always love. So it's so funny because at work, they're all finding out like that I do this show.
Oh.
Right away they go, "Oh man, do you know? Like, have you heard of that Shipper say? You should have her on." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I should. This is like what your 5th time on the show?
Yeah, or 3rd or so. It's been a couple times.
No, you've been on like more than 3.
Yeah.
I know you did like a show at the Art Bar. You did at least a couple at the Wall House.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God, that's
and
right.
then,
In Billy's old place.
The first show you did is at Mill House off Rio Grande.
R.I.P. that man cave.
Yeah,
that Billy Chris house.
Right. Yeah, you and Alex. That's when I met Alex for the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's quarantined here too.
Is he? And he lives in LA, so he's kind of stuck.
Not right now. He don't live in LA.
So recently you did Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. Like I did it like a year ago.
Oh wow, weird.
And then it just, those things film and then they take a while. And so, yeah, I always like get excited when I get a part, and then I try to forget about it because I don't know if I'll cut it or.
Yeah.
True.
So what? Tell us about the part. I'm not caught up. I'm gonna be honest. So tell us about the role and like how it all came about. And any cool fun shit about it.
Oh yeah, it's very small little part on episode 2 of the most recent season. Oh man, I keep wanting to eat these like old people candies. I love them, Jordan almonds, but it'll be like, and you guys don't need to hear that shit. No, but I just play like a client that Saul's representing, and there's this cool like Aaron Sorkin-esque single shot in the episode that I'm in, where you see he's like hustling and he's just taking on so many clients so that he can build up his volume and make money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just this small part in this scene where there's like actually, God, so many other local actors in the same scene. Peter Dyseth, Jordan, I forget her last name. And some people that like Peter Dyseth is an Albuquerque guy that's become a series regular on Saul as another lawyer. And so, yeah, it's just like a scene where he's like, you're seeing him like hustle. And I'm just this like goth chick with like that's dressed very inappropriately for court, and I basically just like have to look like, whoa, what a lady, and like I say one line and then that was it. So, but I mean, I'm happy to be on that show, and I'll take the money, and
Well, that's the thing that's crazy is like these shows like Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Even if you had a bit part, you can kind of like parlay that into like. You could probably go to the Comic-Con and be like, yeah, and have just the pictures of you like from that scene on the wall. And people would probably pay, a good $10, $15 to take a photo with you.
I should start. Yeah, I'll have you be my manager.
There you go. See, but I mean, and you're like, well, I wasn't even really on it that much. Have you been to a Comic-Con?
No.
Yeah. There are some people that are like really, really stretching for their fame, It's like, okay. Billy says SaulCon 2021. You have to go and
Billy.
Barqueño. Sorry, I didn't say it properly. Yeah, he says, "Can you teach the host how to say
Yeah, you can even just say Barqueño.
Yeah,
that's a chill, relaxed pronunciation.
They're asking if when you did Better Call Saul, does it pay very well?
Yeah, anytime you do lines on a SAG, whatever, like you get paid the SAG daily rate. So if you get a part on a TV show that's with budget like Saul, then you get paid like $900 for the day that you work. And then, but then, we don't know when you're going to work again or whatever. But the cool thing about a show like Saul is that that they're going to show it a couple times. So I'll get some residuals from it because they're going to keep showing it on AMC.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get parts in shows that get like canceled, so there's not really any residuals from those because they don't make it past a pilot so it's cool. That's what's extra cool about just from a financial, not even looking at the fact that that's a good show. But like,
I wonder how they figure that out. Like, do they have someone that's like, they reshow the episode and they're like have the actors list and they're like, oh, send them a checkout.
Yeah, it's all so automated. Like I get, and that's what's really fucking up my unemployment right now, honestly. Like, sorry to go on a rant, but like I like did this shitty, movie or movies from like 2011, and they sell them to Netflix or to like a German market and they get dubbed or whatever. And I don't know what's happening, but I'll get these. I just got a residual check for like 86 cents. So I can't even I don't think it's even worth it to cash the check, but I heard there's a place in LA where if you have a check for less than $1, you get a free beer. So I'm trying to save those up and just slap it on the counter and get a bunch of beer. But it's all automated. It's payroll companies that are really automated. So then when I'm trying to do my unemployment for this COVID shit, those people that have been sending me $5.87 checks, it's all registering like I have those jobs.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So it's
and you're like, I got 86 cents, man.
I'm like, I appreciate, them being efficient with their reporting, but it's kind of fucking up my shit.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks bad. It's like, and do you forget? Let's see here. There you go.
The trick is it's the same thing. Getting out and getting down, it's the same move.
Yeah. You're in actually one of my top 10, a movie that's in my top 10 list of my favorite movies. You're in the movie Frank. How did that all happen? I know I've talked about it before, but
oh man, I mean, well, just I think anyone who wants to act, you just have to get an agent, and get sent on auditions. And I'm lucky enough that movie was low budget enough that they were casting a kind of bigger part in the movie out of New Mexico. Cause usually living here, you're like the waitress at the restaurant or we get to audition for these, I'm the tech guy on, Alex was a tech guy on Messiah or whatever. And it's like a dance floor. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so you just I auditioned and I got it.
Well, you're in that movie quite a bit, though.
We're casting it locally, huh?
You were in that movie quite a bit, though.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 days filming.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Has anyone else seen that movie, Frank?
Michael Fassbender in the head, right?
Yeah. It's super.
I never saw it, but I know the movie.
I like the movie, but my favorite part is the whole movie before they come to America, before I'm even in it. I like that part of the movie.
It's cool. My favorite part is they randomly go, they filmed in the El Modelo bar, which is completely shut down.
Yeah, I want to go in there.
And he walks in and he's like, El Modelo, how the hell are ya? And it just seems like such a throwaway line to anyone else except for someone from Albuquerque. And you laugh because you're like, that is the El Modelo bar, It's like, El Modelo, how the hell are ya?
That you can that the access to that bar, it's right off the railroad track. So you kind of I guess you can get to it, but First Street's all hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, Alan, these are very hard questions.
I'm sorry, El Madrid. I said El Modelo.
El Madrid. Yeah, Billy's got it right.
Billy's got it right.
Yeah.
El Modelo is over in that direction as well, but
yeah, that place is still popping with the burritos.
Yeah, someone mentioned El Modelo earlier, so that's why I got stuck in my head. I was like, "Oh,
Are they closed?
No, they're open."
Oh,
That was a
good.
rumor? Okay.
I've heard they were open. I don't know. Could someone find out? That's a good. But El Madrid, yeah, El Madrid used to be this bar on First Street, right by the underpass. Actually, they filmed a scene for Beer Fest right there.
Oh yeah, Beer Fest.
Yeah, with Isaac Cappy was in that scene where he's licking the car window. It's right there. So.
Oh God, I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, wow.
I think my dad's a lederhosen guy in it.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, he did. He would, when he was still working, he would take time off and be an extra just for fun. And he's a tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude. So in New Mexico, he's a unicorn.
Right.
They're oh, get this German-looking fucker in here.
I think the press club was the restaurant, the outside of the press club.
It was.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny because it's you see the inside where it's a restaurant. You're like, oh, doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Don't like that. So you recently did another Lynette video for was it Betty's?
Yeah.
Did they have you do that, or you just decided to do one there?
I think I don't know how the lady who owns it, it's a really sweet lady named Lisa. I think she heard me make a joke about it on an interview somewhere about like, yeah, like, you know, it'd be fun if Lynette did different things and I'll take getting paid in Betty's. I don't know how she heard, or maybe I talked to someone that worked there. And she was like, yeah, we'll like, yeah, do a video if you want. And I was like, okay, you know, and I gave her a little like, this is because it's like me and Chris that got to do all the stuff on the videos, Chris Walsh.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was like, I hope it's okay if we pay you like in half Betty's. And I was like, yeah. So I got paid. Well, I mean, I gotta wait to redeem it now, but like she paid me in like Betty's bucks so I can go like get massages and stuff. So
We have a controversial question in the chat. This is how do you feel about little baby?
Oh, she's fucking cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't recognize her because she looks a little bit different in real life. And she came in when I was working at karaoke at Tractor, and she was dressed up and she's like really babe. And not like she's not a babe as Little Baby Dreamer, but she's just a child a little different in real life. And she was the one who's like, hey, like you're Lynette. And I didn't recognize her because she looked different. And I thought, oh shit, she's going to be like, I'm fucking cooler than you. And I didn't know if she would like it or not. And she's really fucking nice.
I've been friends with her for years, and I love her so much. Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, did you see her her Corona rap
Yes.
video?
Oh,
yeah. So good.
She's so good.
Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering about that because someone like started sending me the videos of her, and I was just like, wow, I wonder if like, you know, if people ask Lauren about this all the time, like,
well, like when she was doing the thing where like the Edge, like she was like, and I don't even know what's going on because now there's not Baxter show in the morning anymore, but like those morning shows where on Tuesdays, like people could ask her for advice.
Oh wow!
On Tuesdays, people would be like, "I heard you on the radio today," and I'd be like, "It wasn't me." And so like, I guess it was confusing for some people, but you know, I mean, the Lynette characters, there's like a fly stuck in my room, so you see it flying around. But no, like the Lynette videos came out of me just making like copying and making fun of like what we do if you live here or, you know, your family or your friends. So I don't own it. And if someone else wants to make fun of local shit, that's nothing, you know, that I have a problem with because she's original, you know.
Yeah.
She's her own character.
Yeah. So how often do people come up to you and they're like, you know, hey, you're Lynette, and they want to take photos? And
when I'm at work more, because if I'm like walking around the grocery store, like I don't usually have my eyeliner as thick, you know, and I have like short, crazy, like blondish, purplish. Well, I guess you can't even tell hair right now, so. I look different than I did in the videos. And so people usually can't tell until I talk. So when I'm at work, it happens a lot. Like,
do they get shocked you work at Tractor? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was what's funny on Frank is that some extras were recognizing me in front of like Maggie Gyllenhaal. They're like, you're the girl from the video. And I was like, that's right, Maggie. Check it out.
Give the shit about Batman.
Yeah.
I was watching YouTube not that long ago, and the jewelry commercial that you did with Amanda popped up, and I was watching this ad, and I was like, "Is that?" Oh, I was like, "Is this a local place?" I was like, "What's going on?" And yeah, I was so taken back by like seeing faces I recognized in it, like on a ad on YouTube. So I mean, your stuff is still making its rounds for sure.
Yeah, that video is like, yeah, it's almost this summer. It'll be like 2 years ago that we shot it. But yeah, Crown Jewel and Coin, they're a local place, and they were like, yeah, we'll pay you to do a commercial, and I was like, all right, it'll just you have, you know, I got to come up with the idea. I'm so proud of that.
Yeah,
I got to hire my friends and cast it with people I like and have people I know shoot it, and that's what I've been liking doing is video production.
Nice. That's
even
pretty
though I
cool.
don't know how to edit shit or whatever. But
You
like,
did another. Like, I don't know if it's a commercial or not. You did like the car commercial. What kind of a car commercial?
oh yeah, it's just a Lynette video with the electric cars. Yeah. Yeah, the Energy Foundation was just like, we'll pay you to do a Lynette video. Just like they didn't want to tell, they didn't give me a script, but the whole point of it was just to like show that electric cars are becoming more accessible, that you don't have to be like a rich person in San Francisco to have one. And so they let me kind of do whatever I wanted.
Well,
So.
wouldn't it be shitty if they gave you a script? Wouldn't that be like the sellout part of it?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I can't. Like, I won't. Yeah, if it's a Lynette thing, I won't let people be like, you should make this joke, and I'll be like, then I shouldn't do the video.
Well, how was it? Did they let you just have free reign when you did the state fair commercials?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, that one, yeah, like that, and that I was like smart enough to say like, you know, like because we shot a bunch of stuff for the state fair that I thought was really funny, but that like the people, like the state fair people were like, this is kind of like racy. We don't want to show this or like whatever. Like I did
an example of one.
show, like there was one we did where like Lynette was trying to like test the security out at the state fair and like how hard it would be to sneak in, and it was really like I thought painting like their security in a good light, like, oh, like they're on it, you know, because that was one thing that they were saying is that people were like, well, we don't want to go to the fair because we feel like it's not safe or whatever. And so, and then like the mounted cops like let me get on a horse and stuff. And then APD spokesperson at the time was like, we can't show like shit like that, you know, we're nothing bad, but it's all PR shit, you know, or they like don't want to do it.
They're asking what kind of car would Lynette.
Lynette drives an El Camino.
Would it be the El Camino or the Ranchero, the other version of it?
Oh, I don't know what's a Ranchero.
It's like the El Camino is like the Chevy, and I think the Ranchero is like the Ford version. I think.
Oh, it's a Chevy.
Oh, you do the El Camino?
Well, because I've used the boss of Tractor. She has a white El Camino with a black stripe down it. Her name is Blanche. Yeah. And I've used the El Camino for a couple Lynette things, so I say that's her car.
Let's see the El Ranchero. I mean, they're almost identical. It's the Ford. Yeah, the Ranchero is the Ford version. Let's see here. This is Billy again.
What, Billy?
He's saying, do you get contacted or does your agent get contacted?
Oh, yeah, for the Lynette things, if people contact my agent, she just is like, I don't know what you want to do. Here you go. But Sandra, is Billy in DC?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope they're doing good over there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, if one of the 10 drink listeners is interested in paying me to do Lynette shit, or me maybe being a snobby bitch and being like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you just email me. That's cool.
Nice. And then we have this one. Real quick is real quick.
Like,
I assume that's Holly's talk.
Alan, do you want me to answer these questions or do you just want to ask them? Like a second.
Yeah. Real quick now.
Real quick. Like quicker than just quick. Yeah.
I remember like a funny story is like I remember whenever you and I were at Tammy's house and we were going to the Marigold Parade. Do you remember this? And you completely like wore a costume so no one could recognize you. Your face was fully painted. You had a wig on,
and a
hat, and then like this big dress. And you were doing it. You were pulling it off. No one recognized you until these guys were on lowrider bikes. Do you remember this? And
they like heard us talking or something.
You were like, he got behind, and you're all, oh, hurry up, little homie, and you know, your voice came out, and immediately everyone around us like, and started taking pictures.
Well,
with
and that was the day that Tammy. This was like what 3 years ago. Tammy split an yes, Daniel. Tammy had a weed brownie from Denver.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bring that part up.
But like me and Barney split it. Like me and Barney each ate a third. Oh no! No, that was like one of my cautionary edibles tales that I will tell to my grandchildren. Like, think you could fucking hang. Edibles, like you got to go slow. You don't know what lab this edible was made in. But yeah,
that was a good. I just thought it was really funny because like you were in completely incognito, and then all you did is say like one thing, and it ruined it completely.
Yeah, or like, well, and that was funny because like, it's fine, but you know, when you're partying with your friends, sometimes you're not ready to be like, yes, hello, like. But whatever, those dudes on the bike were cool. I bet you they were cool. So me and Tammy and Barney were taking turns, like going into this bedroom to like pull our shit together and just like pet our cat and be alone, you know. And you're so high, like, am I being weird? Are my words weird? Am I moving weird? Like that, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to tell any other stories like that.
Okay.
Incrimination.
I forget about your job.
All right. No, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. I was never there.
Yeah, no, you just hear things.
I just hear about these things. Pretty fun. So, I mean, how far do you think? I mean, do you think the Lynette character run its course? Do you think you have a lot of life left in it?
Well, I don't know. I had thought that it did. I was like, cool. I'm ready to not like, you know, beat people over the head with it. But then people kept. Oh, you know what, Alan? I always go to Barella's Coffee House, but I don't know if they're the best. That's my limited or El Modelo. But you know, there's a lot of places I haven't ordered chicharrones, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I would probably say El Modelo, probably.
I think El Modelos are super good. I also like New Mexico beef jerkies.
Oh my God, that place is not good.
Yeah, that place is so weird. Like I'm ordering chicharrones, they have a gigantic crucifix on the wall, like bleeding Jesus, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, it's like super aggressively Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have red chili that makes my nose water. And
yes, so good.
Yeah, and the guy, every time I've gone there, the people are super nice, but I just, there's like some funny like you know, when he said something about having to charge tax, he was like, because the government's got to take a piece. I was like, whoa, dude, like it's a very normal thing to like charge tax.
Because they used to have one like over, I think it was like off of 4th Street, and the girl that used to work behind the register talked like Lynette anyway. So there's so many people in Albuquerque that talk that way. I was thinking earlier about
for real.
There's some comedian that frequents like the downtown area that is such like a Burqueño, like it's Zach Abeta, I think his name is.
Oh yeah.
The Burqueño person ever. It's crazy how obnoxious we are as New Mexicans.
Yeah. Here's a good transition. We have another question. Not really a question. I don't know if it's a question, but kind of like a statement that kind of falls into your other craft.
Hi, Brandon.
Yeah. So you guys, you're in a band, Prism Bitch, which probably one of the better bands in Albuquerque, I would say.
Oh, well, I mean, thank you. I mean, there's fucking so many good bands in this town, like so many.
Yeah.
Especially for not being like a huge city.
Right. And then you guys have had the, you know, kind of had the luck and honor, well, not luck, but the honor to tour with Built to Spill.
No, dude, it is luck. Like it's like 75% luck, 25% Lila being a ballsy, friendly creature. Oh wow! And us having artist passes at the festival in Boise Tree Fort that also got rescheduled. So like we had access to other, you know, musicians, and Shelby, you must have been in that show. I could have put you on the list. But thanks, Brandon. Brandon Kennedy's a DJ at KUNM, and he has a really good show. But yeah, we met like Chris and Lila in the band are huge Built to Spill fans. And they're like, you know, for those of you that don't know, like a 90s indie rock band that's like kind of cult.
Right.
Famous, you know, like a couple radio hits, but not not everybody knows them.
Picking up that Pitchfork talks about them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so I had like heard of them and heard like, you know, it was one of those things like a few of my friends in high school were really big Built to Spill fans, but like I kind of had missed it, you know, but we went to the festival that and Doug from Built to Spill, they're from Boise, and the festival's in Boise. And Lila and Chris were huge Built to Spill fans already, and they're like, "We're gonna fucking meet him." And I was like, "Cool, you know, good luck, you guys do it."
Right.
And I guess he had caught our show and liked it. So when Lila like got backstage to introduce herself, she was he knew who we were, and we just asked if we could open for them if they ever come to Albuquerque, and he was like, "Okay."
Nice.
So that was nice of them.
I say that like they get talked about in Pitchfork because like literally before all this shit happened, I saw an article in Pitchfork on how your drummer Teresa, she was filling in for the drummer for Built to Spill. Well, he kind of changes. He's the last 10 years or so. He's been like Doug's the only original member of the band. Yeah. So it's been like a rotating. So we met Jason and Steve that were like, they were part of Built to Spill with Brett Netson, I think since like 2014 maybe. Well, Brett Netson was in it, was another, I think, original member. I'm not sure. And so we met those guys when we first played with them. And then he started playing with these Brazilian dudes. And that's who we just toured with. And now the new lineup for this next bit of touring is Teresa, the drummer of Prison Bitch, who's fucking awesome. Right. And she works at hospital too. She's a occupational therapist. So she makes sure people can like, she's the one who evaluates people like, can you poop by yourself? Like, can I let you out of the hospital? And so, yeah, so she like was set to do all this touring with them. Oh, thanks, Shelby. And she still is, but yeah, it's really, COVID has put a wrench in everybody's like life. Let's talk about that video. So you guys did that video. If you know people go to YouTube and they look up Prison Bitch, there's a quarantine video where you guys are all playing from your different houses. Chris hit me up and was asking what I used to stream. I don't know if you guys use the same thing or not.
We couldn't figure it out. It's not live.
Damn it.
Yeah, it looks like we're all like on a Zoom together, playing, but really we just recorded separate takes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
it really came off so well, though.
Oh yeah, Teresa went first, and she recorded Sorry, I'm pouring a beer.
Ooh. And
she recorded a drum track, and then we all listened to the drum track so that we stayed in time.
Nice. It's a killer job.
Oh, thanks.
Like people were like, I think they were all like just sitting there doing it together, and I was like, no, because of the way because of the way you guys laid it out. Like, there's not a program that does it like that.
Yeah, Chris was like, nope, I call bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, I'm debunking this right now.
Yeah. And I guess we could say, like, yeah, we were just trying to, we wanted to do it live, but we couldn't figure out a way. So we just wanted to put something out.
I think it turned out amazing, though.
Thanks.
Have you guys watched that video?
I have not. I just found out this week that Prison Bitch was not Prison Bitch. Chris invited me to a Prison Bitch concert, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, is that one of Smiley's friends? Is what I think I said what I asked. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was in the beginning, because it was like going to be like a theater show. And actually, the band that inspired me so much that our band came into being was supposed to come to this year's Revolutions theater festival, and that got canceled.
Yeah,
we could Australian people that are fucking funny.
We have
how much of your booking schedule has been affected by this so far?
Yeah, we were supposed to go in March, and then that got canceled. And then it looks like our May stuff, I mean, we're just kind of waiting and expecting all of the venues to cancel. And then we were supposed to go back out with Built to Spill in June, and that's been canceled. So yeah, like it's all just kind of moving. So yeah.
Do you think a lot of this downtime is going to be beneficial for bands and like groups in long term? Maybe like during this time they're creating or taking the time to like look at their work. And do you think a lot of people are going to just like really blow up once things open? Or do you think, you know, a lot of the people in the smaller scenes are not taking advantage of this downtime?
I feel like it's going to be all of those things. Like, you know, hey. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be all of those things. I feel like there are going to be people that like that the only thing holding them back was they didn't have the time to write all the stuff they wanted to write, and this is going to be a boon for them. But then I was talking to you guys know that band Red Mesa? They're like a local band. I was talking to Alex from that band, and you know, they had all this touring stuff scheduled, and Brad from that band is pregnant, and that's really exciting. But that means if their stuff gets pushed past August when his baby is due, then that means that they are not going to tour for, you know, who knows how long he'll be out with the new kid. So it's, yeah, like you just, or you never know like what's going to happen in people's lives. So that's a scary thing. Like the blessing is all the extra time, right? Like now part of me is like, cool, I can plant a garden and I don't have to pay a house sitter or whatever. But then the other part of me is like, oh God, you know, what if, who knows what, you just can't plan.
Right.
Yeah.
What if this stuff isn't there next year?
Huh?
I said, what if this stuff isn't there last year?
Yeah.
I just got hired on 3 things before this happened. Now they're like, you should probably look for another job.
Oh no.
I worry more about the venues than I do about like the jobs coming up. Because what if you know music venues start closing down because they can't, because they're literally just making no money right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I mean, I always think of like, I mean, you know what, in Albuquerque, like Sister and Launchpad are like, well, which Launchpad means Moonlight, El Rey, Inside Out. Like, you know, we like to think of them like the too big to fails, but they're still small businesses.
Is Sister still doing food like curbside or?
I don't know. Last I heard they were.
Well, see, that's crazy because like if so, then Sister still has income coming in. Now the difference with that is Joe has none.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last thing that they had left was that liquor store, the El Rey liquor store. And they kiboshed that. And
oh shit! I didn't even think about that. I didn't.
Now
know
that's all they have. They have nothing. So
yeah. Well, hopefully, you know, he's on the small business grants, but like the unemployment and like everything else, like those systems are so maxed out. Like, I don't know if you guys did this last week, but I looked at my phone and I called the unemployment office like, I don't know, 20 some times. And you enter your like social, and then they were never able. I never talked to a person or was ever even put on hold. There's just like no way to talk to a human.
No, it just hangs up on you.
oh, fun.
Yeah.
At least
Like,
it's ringing
we're all
right.
really busy. Call back later. Click.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I called the unemployment office, I think, like 70 times over the week because Hamster, my partner, he got laid off this week. He's the head brewer of Dialogue, and he got laid off. So obviously, we're not having any income come in. And yeah, you can't even talk to a human being. And their website is horrible.
Yeah, you can't see like the status of your claims, and I'm like, I have a bachelor's degree. Like, what if I didn't speak English as a first language? Like, what if I had like, you know, problems with reading or something? Like, how the hell would you navigate this if you?
And it's not like they don't have time to fix it right now.
yeah. Yeah, dude. I wonder if there can be some kind of like relief fund where IT people, donate.
No. I'm still working.
I know. I figure. I'm just saying it because maybe some of your listeners are.
Oh.
Well,
I thought you were talking to me.
You got to think how old is that database? Like what code are they even using?
Yeah.
So they have like a business model from the 1980s.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably just not prepared to handle this many people going through it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how I threw the nerdiest joke of the whole thing. He's like, "What code was that?" I was like, "Q Basic."
Oh God, it probably is.
Joke.
Just to say, ooh, here's one. Frank Holloway from Hollow Spirits.
Yeah, you guys. Frank Holloway's the owner of Hollow Spirits.
Yeah,
Represent.
Frank, you can be famous if you get us all hand sanitizer.
No.
There you go. I have a little bottle ready for it. If you can get me that, because like I was talking, so I don't know about Hollow Spirits, but I was talking to Matt from Broken Trail, and they've completely switched their operation over from making alcohol to making hand sanitizer for the state and federal government.
Yeah, track too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like he was like, yeah, we got 6 tons of like this 190 proof alcohol,
Ethyl alcohol.
Yeah, to make it. I was like, holy shit, that is a lot. But that's pretty.
Yeah, Tractor's been selling gallons of it, but it works better in like a spritz. I don't know if it's got the same like goopiness.
Just spray it right in your face.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm eating them anyway. I love these old people candies. I love Werther's.
Look at this. So here's what he says. Wow.
Oh no, Frank! Everybody buy like gift cards to Hollow Spirits.
Right. I guess that's the way to do it, right? To help these businesses out. Some of them are completely closed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to like go get beer from local breweries. I mean, here's Santa Fe.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Fe Brewing. They their tap rooms are still open and they're selling package, and they're giving 100% of all their package sales to their employees.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Because my new favorite thing on Fridays, their brewer Bert Boyce does Q&A, and I like to go in and troll him during his Q&A because I know he hates it. He hates doing the Q&A, and he gets like really nervous. So why not go and troll him?
You're like, I'm a friendly troll.
Well, does anyone have any questions? I'm like, yeah. What kind of rag do you use to shine your head?
Oh, that's a pretty good zinger troll.
I've got your video we could play.
Sure.
If people want to, we won't play the whole thing. We'll just play a little bit of it.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. We have the technology.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Where'd you get your cat painting, Ray?
It was a gift.
But this is the video we were talking about where you guys all recorded separately.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's debunk this video. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, yeah. So bottom left is Nelson Crane, and that's Lila Rose. She's the other singer. She lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
Teresa.
How does that work out, though? I mean, that's got to be tough, right?
Well, that's what's killing me is that, like, we all live here, and then Nelson's my roommate, so he actually, like, me and him recorded just in different rooms.
Yeah.
And then, like, pop-up video. Let's see if I can, like, point out some Easter eggs. If you'll notice, Chris Walsh and Nelson both have lava lamps in their shots. Nelson's is kind of covered. And then special.
You guys didn't think I could have this kind of technology?
Huh?
You guys didn't think I had this kind of technology, did you?
Mm-mm.
This is how I watched WrestleMania with some other people. Oops, I mean,
I've been playing Jackbox.
Ooh, we could do that. Is that
Yeah, share the screen.
what's that?
Yeah, we've been playing Jackbox with people, but what is this? This is StreamYard?
Yeah.
Which is probably safer than Zoom, right?
Holly,
Yeah, I don't want people popping in here showing their dicks.
Yeah.
this is a chat roulette.
What?
Holly, your mic's muted. I don't know if you know that. Okay.
Yeah, my dog's being a dick. So
Oh, okay. Oh, here you go.
Show us your dog.
I didn't even say show us your dick.
Show us
Yeah.
your dog.
Yeah, Lauren, you're asking about this. This was a gift from my girlfriend. It's digital art, but it was printed, and it's like 4 foot by 4 foot, so it's huge.
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
I have 2 cats and a dog, and all I do is look at them and talk to them all day. So
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Wait, I saw a glimpse of Holly's. Oh. Who's that?
That's Mitch.
This is Mitchell. He's mad because our roommate just came home. So
Oh,
yeah.
I saw
So
some post, they were like talking about Zoom meetings that you're having with your company, and they said, don't worry about your pets. They're like, I was on a Zoom call with the CEO of a major corporation, and then as soon as my cat jumped in my lap, they're like, oh, is that a cat? They're like, show the cat. You know? Like,
I
wow.
love to picture that happening with like government meetings right now. Like senators are streaming and they're like, oh, look at that.
So we don't do video.
What do you mean?
No video meetings. Government. Nope.
Oh, that's smart, right? Because those are not secure.
Correct. Especially like Zoom and whatnot.
Mhm.
We do use a platform, but no one they just don't use it. You know, so all government meetings are all audio. Very interesting. But yeah, it would be cool though.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised if all government meetings were by snail mail, for how slow everything moves.
Right.
They had to write it in letter form and send it to each other.
But fun fact: a lot of times that I only wear underwear the entire day. I don't have to put any other clothes on, and I'm like,
I just pressed the top of me for this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be in meetings and everything, like writing down shit and like notes, and you know, I'm like, oh, I better shower today. Whoops.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like on Instagram, they're like, ooh, or what was it? It was even, I think it was in my Bazaar magazine. Yeah. Oh no.
The state government
blowing us up.
The state government can use Zoom. It's not like people are spying on the state government. So, yeah.
They could be.
Maybe somebody should spy on the unemployment office. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I started telling people I started reading the articles and I was like, don't use Zoom. And people were like, and then like now they're getting investigated. Like it's that bad.
Yeah, my friend was on she's in a advocacy for like LA corrections, department, and they're having this meeting that's like very serious about like trying to release prisoners that, are not violent offenders so that they're not at risk. And people kept Zoom bombing them.
Yeah. That's the big one. It's like Zoom is so unsecure that people can just like pop into your meeting real quick and boom, they're there.
Yeah. And I guess it's happening more with
Zoom bombing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nope.
With like advocacy groups and stuff that like, come on, man, these people are just trying to do good stuff. Like,
right. These people are just getting Zoom bombed while they're having like a virtual funeral for their family member and somebody just pops in. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. That made me think you know what that made me think of, Ray? There was a World of Warcraft thing that went around. I've never played the game, don't know anything about it, but like there was this video I watched one time. People watch it, and one of this clan, the guy really died. Like the person who was behind the character really passed away. So they were having a funeral in the game for the guy, and this other group came in and attacked and killed them all.
Oh, I heard about that.
What, Holly?
That's
I
awful.
heard about that.
Ooh. Yeah, I would be kind of happy if I saw some love making. I'm trying to get my fur kid in on this. Mateo.
Well, now let's see your dog.
Yeah, I don't know. My dog is really cute. I mean, they all are, but
My dog, cutest.
I can't get him. All right, this is my Mateo.
Oh,
he's so cute.
He's really cute. He's
super cute.
Yeah, dude, he's a star.
Oops.
If anyone wants to book,
Chris doesn't want to.
No, I was trying to do this. That's what I was trying to do. There you go. Sorry, so we could see the dog up close.
he's like, Mom, put me the fuck down. Okay. Actually, no.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to pull me. I was trying to.
Yeah, Chris is all, too much attention on the dog. Look at me. Look at me now.
No,
I tried to kick Mitchell. Oh, sorry, Chris.
Go ahead.
I tried to kick Mitchell out of my room to do this, and he's so attached to me that he like would not. So
The only reason Mateo won't be in here is because there's other people in the house for him to hang out with.
Oh.
If I was alone in the house, he wouldn't be having it.
Lauren remembers like when she came over to my house, my dog would just lay on the floor and like
Carolina.
Yeah. She would just like there's a picture where she's just like laying on microphone cables, just passed out.
Oh.
Just
Didn't
because
she wear like a hoodie?
she had a hoodie, yeah. She would wear
dressed up for game day?
because she was cold all the time.
Oh.
When I get I'm only living in this apartment for a year, and then I'm gonna buy a house and I'll get another dog. So
Carol, get a cat, Chris. Get a cat instead.
Ray's not a dog person.
I love animals, but cats are lower maintenance.
How do someone get an otter as a pet? Is that a thing? Are we allowed?
What?
I think you have to have a permit.
I want to do like the Tiger King thing, but with otters.
Yeah, it's amazing this shit. Yeah, because I know there was a guy when I worked as a lifeguard in high school. One of my bosses, he bought these 2 baby alligators, and we swam in the pool with them. I thought it was fucked up that he had them, and I was like 17. I was like, "This is a stupid call, bro." I was like,
you weren't scared to swim with them, or were they like little?
They were little. They were like,
oh, okay. I was like, that's a kind of big event in your life to go swimming with gators,
right?
Yeah, no, they were little. They were like maybe 2 feet long from like nose to tail. But yeah, I was like, "What's your plan with these, bro?" He's like, "No, he was gonna make his backyard this like habitat for them."
Okay.
But that's a terrible idea. Like, no. And I think that's where all those Alamogordo gators come from, like idiots buying them and not being.
I don't know where it's at, but there's a place in the world, and I think it's like reserved like years out, so you have to get a reservation in. But you can go and just swim with otters. And I think that would be just like absolute heaven. You know, everybody's like dolphins. I'm like, no, otters. They have
I want to float next to an otter.
They have the little hands and they hold them.
I think otters are a little vicious.
Crab on its tummy.
Are they really?
Huh?
I know that they're pretty vicious within like their community.
Oh.
They're raping.
Ray, why do you gotta go ruin otters like that?
What the fuck, Ray?
Yeah.
Just let me think happy thoughts here.
No, I mean, they're cool. Like, they're not little pussies, you know, like an otter will come correct. It's gotta defend.
So are you gonna so we're at the end of the hour. Are you gonna stick around for the second hour, Lauren?
If you want.
Of course we want you here.
Oh, okay.
It's the wavy hour.
Okay.
Who has anything to promote? I mean, we don't have any shows coming up anywhere, but
well, I have a whole lot of no comedy shows right now, but Hamster and I have a new podcast called Bad Advice Saves the World.
How's it
and
going?
I have a feeling that the longer we're in quarantine together, it's going to devolve. So definitely listen to it.
Must listen. Yeah.
Nice.
So is it doing well? Are people listening or feedback?
I mean, that's subjective. Like, we're having fun with it. So that's really the only reason we did it.
Yeah.
Was because we needed more time together because we never saw each other. And now we see each other, 24/7.
It's tough to get a podcast launched. I mean, it really is. And it's tough to get it out there. I mean, it might take you, 13 years to get it launched and doing well. Who knows?
And by then it'll really devolve. So it'll be great.
Right. Actually, the funny thing is, there's a funny story. I'll tell you about how I started. There was a man and a woman doing a podcast as a couple, and they were one of the shows that actually inspired me to do this show. I'll talk about that in the second hour. I'll kind of tease that and what happened to them.
Oh no, that sounds ominous.
Look at my eyes. I'm like intrigued.
Yeah. So I'll tease that for the second hour. So Smiley, you want to tell anybody what you got going on?
Sure. Since this is the time everyone's streaming right now, you can have a fun game. Looking for me on. I'm in the background of Daybreak. I'm in the whole second season of Midnight Texas, and then if you have NBC, The Brave, any of those things are fun. You can see me standing around, ordering, playing different things.
Yeah.
You play a Where's Smiley?
Yeah, make a drinking game.
Mr. Ray.
I'm still doing art, so you can follow my art page at Basura Paint. I just did a painting recently, and I did a graphic for this show, and then I also did I got commissioned to do a T-shirt design for a wrestler out of Texas, and I'll be working on that a little later after the show tonight. But yes, you can follow my stuff on Basura Paint. And then, everything else here on 10 Drink Minimum as well.
I just smashed that like button.
Thank you.
Like,
I
subscribe.
got a thing to promote.
Okay.
Did I cut?
No.
Oh, Prism Bitch is dropping a new single April 16th.
Ooh.
What is that?
Yay.
What is that? Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's why you came on here, was to promote that.
Yeah, that's why.
You know why? You know why I asked you to be on it? Because I knew that I could get you. Because I was like, she's not working now. I know I can get her. Because you're hard to get. She's hard to get. She always works, or she has on.
Yeah. Now you know I'm never not here.
And then I have I'll tease it. I have a question for Lauren on how she's handling all of this quarantine, because I know Lauren. How long we know each other now? 7, 8 years now.
Yeah. Wow.
It's so of all the people, like, I'm very interested in how you're handling this, because I just know your personality. And,
Yeah, I love it.
But we'll tease that for the second hour.
Tease it out.
Yeah, for us, we you could see us here most Sunday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. 10drinkminimum.com. We have a YouTube channel. We have facebook.com/10drink. And we have our Instagram channel or Instagram page at 10drink. I also, randomly during the week, I've been throwing up video, just turning the stream on, and I've been talking to people, and it's crazy how many people join in and talk. I mean, Holly and I did it last night, and we're at 530 views already from just last night. I did 3 hours last night. And it was me.
My mouth tired.
What's that?
That's when you make a joke about your mouth is tired.
Well, so Holly did the first part of it, and then Ming Chen from Comic Book Men popped in, and he did the second hour and a half. It was for him, it was 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was just like, dude, you're crazy. So
and he was like, time doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't. Right? For me, it does. But so go on our Facebook page and check some of those out. And like our Facebook page, because whenever I go on there, it pops up there. So I don't know, but I want to thank Lauren for doing the show. She's going to stick around for the wavy hour. I want to thank everybody for watching. We're going to take a 10, probably about 10 minutes. We'll probably come back about 7:10. I have to tell everybody so that because I can't. Usually everyone's in the room, so not today or not for a while. But thank you guys for watching. We definitely drink. We do the show. You should as well. But always remember, never get too drunk to jerk. 10drinkminimum.com.
Hey, wait, is wavy hour because we're all faded?
Yep.
Okay.
Fingers living in the light switch. As the sills of light going wrong. It's cost me a bar on the way to someplace new. As you lay your hand just where it falls, leave the light switch on. As cars speed by on the way to someplace switch on. Light switch on, light away to something. Light switch on. Light switch on, light away to something. Switch on. To find thieves I'm never supposed to see. Try to resist desires inherent to forgiveness. Find yourself giving in. Try to resist. Try to switch off, switch off, switch off, switch off. Try to switch off, switch off, switch off, switch off. Try to switch off, switch off, switch off. Boys feel right at home, throw some coffee on the stove. Wash your hands on the face, boy, you can't say grace with a mouth full of soap. Lord, he knows I'm cheating. Everybody gets down, sweet potato, and I'm calling around to see that feeling like a steal thing can kill the soul. Waiting for too long, Lord, please, please, come. Give me for what I've done. All I can't clean up now, throw some water on me. Wash your hands on the floor, take grace with your mind full of good. Lord, he knows I never let stay down before the trigger. I'll come around the seas in like a demon. Spring will kill my soul. Waiting for a long, Lord, please, say you'll come and forgive me for what I've done. Cross these fields, the home, these shoes go oh, kind of these hills and I for so long. He knows I'm cheating, till the hands pull the body up, you know, come on, see, I take it, I'm rich, I kill my silver soul. But if I stand for, I'm gonna turn around and repent. And soon we're gonna cry about how Jesus our friend. And soon we're gonna cry about how I will end. Show me the book you live by. Stand for, I'm gonna turn around and repent. And soon we're gonna cry about Jesus our friends. And soon they're gonna cry about how I am. Allow you to pass between the walls that I built around myself. I'm an accomplishment beyond reward. Yet it goes unnoticed. Line up your toes and mine, as you'll see the stars come together. And the world feel a touch brighter. And if for a moment I miss you come January, when there's no one but myself to warm my thoughts and half truths. Line up your toes and mine to see the stars come together. I miss you come January, when there's no one but myself to warm my thoughts and half truths. Line up your toes and mine to see the stars come together.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh yeah, back and live for the Wavy Hour. Where's everyone else at though?
Who did the last
I'm here.
Who did that song, that country ballad for y'all?
You know who it is. Do you not know? Take a guess.
Okay, it's not Billy.
It's Carlos the Tall.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He was so the backstory of that song was Carlos, he's done the show a couple times, and he's like one of those people. He actually did this really amazing. Him and what is his name? His old drummer from Youngsville,
Ryan Scirata.
Yeah, they when we were at the art bar, they did a really cool cover of Cyndi Lauper, "Time After Time."
Oh, nice.
And I have it, and I really wish I could clean up the audio on it. It's so amazing. But anyway, one day, he lives in Austin now, and you know how he likes to do that. If you've ever seen him live, he likes to do this thing where he takes someone's name and he makes a song out of it. And he goes, "Really bored today. Who wants me to write a song about their name?" And I was like, "I want you to write a song about our show." And he did. That's the song he wrote.
Oh man! And as a songwriter, I would feel pretty inspired by the prompt and drinks minimum.
Yeah. What did we tease for the second? I already forgot. Damn.
No, you were gonna tell us the origin story. Like there was a couple.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Podcast.
Well, Holly and Hamster do a podcast now together as a couple. So when I first started out, people always ask me people ask me all the time, "What podcast do you listen to?" I really don't listen to a lot. But when I first got into podcasts, one of the really, really, really big ones, and they're still really big, is a show called Keith and the Girl. And I was a real big fan. And Keith Malley and Hemda, I can't think, what was her last name? Halali, something like that. And they were a couple living together in New York.
Keith and what?
Keith and the Girl. And I liked them so much when they did a live show in Dallas, Texas. My girlfriend and I drove there and saw it and met them. Anyway, as far as I know, I haven't kept up with the show throughout the years, but they ended up breaking up. And they broke up and didn't tell anyone and still kept doing the show as if they were like a couple quite a while. And then they finally they had an episode where they announced it. And they have this. They used to have this. I don't know if they still do. They had this big forums that people were just constantly in all the time. The forums had a life of its own. I don't know if you remember those days when you'd have forums where people would just start. It's kind of like Reddit now, where Reddit has a life of its own.
I was gonna say, I think that's still a thing.
Yeah, but they ended up breaking up, and he ended up getting a different girlfriend, and she started dating a woman, and it was this whole crazy, but it didn't change the fact that the show was good. It just all of a sudden opened up more things, It's really interesting.
And they could talk about the people they were dating. And,
right. It's very interesting. And he's a comedian. He was a stand-up comedian that had quit. And they were their day job was they were performers in the fact that if someone had a birthday party and they wanted Elmo, Keith would get hired and he would be dressed up as a generic Elmo or
where were they
or and so they just literally hated their day jobs. But they were one of the first podcasts I ever saw where they made enough money that they stopped working.
Oh wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore. But that was all pre Mark Maron and Joe Rogan, and so they're still around. Keith and the Girl, real big. I still get every year on my birthday, I still get a email from them for my birthday. I'm like, oh yeah, whoops. And
let's hope me and Hamster don't break up.
Right? No.
I think we're doing pretty good though. We haven't fought that much. But I will tell you that having a 4-year-old during quarantine will cause a lot of fights.
Oh, I bet.
4-year-old, is it? Well, I guess it's a mutual 4-year-old.
She's my bonus daughter, but I mean, she is mutual, I suppose. But oh, speaking of my 4-year-old, Chris gave me an assignment last night.
Oh yeah. I was
get
last night, by the way.
Huh?
I was pretty wasted last night.
Like, here's your homework.
Yeah. What, I don't even remember what this is. Go ahead.
Oh, you told me that I needed a Jeff name.
Oh,
but
that's
I
right.
had to ask my kid for my Jeff name.
You're
Jeff
right.
name?
Yeah.
What's a Jeff name?
We'll explain here in a second. Smiley knows what it is.
So I had to explain to my 4-year-old that she was naming me as a type of Jeff, which then led to a whole series of questions. So thank you for that, Chris.
You're welcome.
Because I didn't really know what to tell a 4-year-old. But she named me Screamy Jeff.
Yes.
Nice.
See, that I love it. See, that's the thing. So okay, so Smiley, Smiley and I, well, like our whole friend group, we do this thing called Road to Riches every year, and
Our
it's
crew.
Yeah, our whole crew. We would have all actually Ray hopefully would have went this year, and Holly would have went this year if it didn't get canceled. But it's the underground bluegrass festival, and last year we have our own camp. Like 10 Drink Minimum has its own camp, and
On the map.
Is it in Telluride or where?
No, it's in Rama, New Mexico. It's like 2 hours away.
Oh, cool.
So anyway, last year this little boy. Oh, here we go. There you go. I'll ask Shelby.
What's Shelby's Jeff name?
That's a good question. What's Shelby's Jeff name? What's Billy's Jeff name? So, Shelby, do you think it's a good criteria that someone can be a Jeff as long as they get the name from a child? Has to be under like the age of like 7, I think. So anyway, this little boy came up and he was like, started giving us Jeff names. He looked at Marty. He's like, "Your butt cheeks, Jeff."
Oh my God, that's such a good name for Marty.
And then Smiley, what did he call you?
I was actually Tent Jeff's friend.
Who?
I don't know.
I was friends with Tent Jeff, so I didn't get an official Jeff name, but I was friends with Tent Jeff.
So Shelby says that she's Safety Jeff, and Billy is Ginger Man Jeff. And,
well, you know what's weird, Chris, is like once I kind of like got it to a point where she like understood what was happening, she just goes, "Oh, yeah, that's easy." And I was like, "Oh no." And she goes, "You would be Screamy Jeff, duh." So I don't know if I like need to cut down on screaming.
Right?
I have not seen you scream once this entire podcast.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was Grandpa Jeff. I gotta assume I have
like some kind of like Epstein joke or something. I was like, what? But it makes more sense that a child like came out of the
Well, the funny thing too is we're like, well, someone asked him, they're like, "Are you Jeff?" And he goes, "No, I'm John Cena." And so if you ever see us on Facebook and we're like, "Where my Jeff's at?" It's all about that. There's like 10 or 11 of us that have Jeff names.
Because my dad's name is Jeff.
Oh, he's Jeff.
If I was a boy, I was going to be a Jeff. And me and Nelson, my roommate, were talking the other day about how Jeffs are either good or evil.
Marty just chimed in, butt cheek Jeff here.
Hey!
But I think the criteria, like I made it up last night. I was like, well, if we want to expand the Jeff empire, if you want to be a Jeff, you have the criteria is you have to find a kid that's under the age of 7 and they have to give you a Jeff name. I mean, that's
like, so yeah, you see all these people coming up to kids. Hey kid, come here. Let me ask you. No.
Josh is a potty Jeff.
So sorry to interrupt the Jeff talk here. I just got notice that one of the fans from the multiverse out in Arizona, his birthday's today, and he's turning 17. And I was asked to give a shout out to Devin, one of the fans from Party Hard Wrestling out there. But today is his birthday, and he's turning 17. So thank you again for all the support, Devin. Hope you're watching. Hope you had a great birthday, even in quarantine.
Oh, dang.
Happy birthday, Devin.
Look at Ray. We're doing it for the fans.
Yeah.
Look, he's got like the heart like a cat. Just the biggest heart in the world.
It does. Well, it's crazy because like WrestleMania was last week, and that's where Ray was, and I watched it later. It was really crazy to watch WrestleMania with no fans. That was really.
I was gonna say they couldn't have an audience.
No. So they did it in 2 nights. And the first night, like they had matches with no fans in the crowd, but then the final match of the night was a movie that they had filmed.
Yeah. So, thanks, guys. But yeah, so the first night of WrestleMania ended, and the final match was essentially like a production, like a full like from like different camera angles.
Oh yeah,
and, it was
pyro and special effects.
And I was super entertained by it. I liked it. I don't see a lot of people that hated on it. I think most people were thoroughly entertained, but it was definitely a weird thing to see. Like I never expected to see that kind of wrestling match from like The Undertaker, but it made sense.
So like all that happened, and like, have you seen like what Dana White from the UFC was trying to do
with the island?
Yeah, he tried to buy a private island so that he could have the UFC on a private island, and everybody's like, "It's really happening! Mortal Kombat's really happening!"
Right?
And I was like, "Yes."
Oh, if only like a spooky dragon boat picked up everybody at a
right.
And the only reason he got stopped is ESPN was like, "No, stop."
Dana White's just like on a big throne, like, and they just like fight in front of him. Yeah,
like finish him.
I just thought that was the craziest thing. Like where in the world, like only in this quarantine would be like UFC president Dana White is trying to buy private islands so they could still have UFC.
Man, Chris, I was raised on Mortal Kombat. That definitely hits a key for me, because I remember whenever we were growing up, we'd play the game, but then we'd go home and we'd play Mortal Kombat, where we'd like pretend to be different fighters. And the first time I ever had my air knocked out was by my sister. And like I threw her on the ground, and I was like, Liu Kang wins, and I was like dancing around, and she like jumped up and she slams me down so hard. To this day, I just remember being slammed down harder than anyone has ever slammed me. And like she's like, Sonya Blade hasn't died yet. And then I just went inside crying to my mom, and my dad was filming this on like unbeknownst to us, and so he's like holding the camera, and then like whenever I'm like crying, he's just like like
that footage.
Right.
No, that's one thing that I kind of think is the bright side of the quarantine, is I feel like Scorpion when I go to the store.
Oh man, somebody posted pre-quarantine, and it was like the Mortal Kombat like screen where you pick a character, and then it was like post-quarantine, and it was all the ninjas. I was like, yes. I will say the meme game during the quarantine is fucking amazing.
That's just one way to put it, or people have no other time other than just shit post all day.
Oh my, the TikToks are off the chart.
Yeah.
I gotta get with TikTok. I gotta figure it out.
I just made a new TikTok today.
Oh wow!
I'm really stepping up my TikTok content.
Yeah.
Not really.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying I can't, because I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Dance in front of
you know what? Here's the truth, Chris. None of us know what we're doing unless you're like 12.
Oh, I know, right?
You know,
or
if you're like 30, you just feel old.
Super hot girl. Like every time I go on TikTok, it's like super TikTok. It's like TikTok. It's like a super hot girl, and they're like lip syncing someone else talking.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I watch the whole thing. I'm like, well, okay. Yeah. Like that's pretty much what TikTok seems to me.
I feel like it's a lot of funny videos.
Or the ones I hate are like they show like all the way up to a point, and they're like, if you want to see the ending, go ahead and subscribe to my TikTok. And you're like, motherfucker, I hate you people.
In the beginning, I thought TikTok was only for singing, because they'd have those advertisements of like those people like dressed like the Mad Hatter, all and I just like hated it. And I wanted it to be Vine, And now that it is like getting there, I'm trying to have to forget what it was whenever they first started it. Because like I'm okay with it being
Vine, right? There's no more Vine. Or...
No.
No
So
more Vine.
Vine was purchased by Twitter. And then Twitter just shuttered it one day. They were like, nah. And it blew my mind. I was like, that's kind of nuts. You know?
Yeah.
I will say this, though. The Twitter guy, have you heard about the Twitter owner, like the billionaire, the CEO?
Mm.
He's actually, so he's worth $3 billion. And he's donating $1 billion to the COVID relief. It's a third of his worth, which you're like, well, he could donate more, but that's more than any other person.
Yeah, and it's I wish more billionaires would take.
Dude, $1 billion.
What do you need all your money for, bro? Like,
don't you have all the cars you could possibly want? And
well, so
I don't know.
I always thought that was the dumbest thing. Is like when Snapchat was real big. I don't know if it's real big now.
It is.
It is, but it's not. Like they Facebook offered them $3 billion, and I think the entire company had 13 employees, and that didn't include like the owner. There was like 3 owners, and it was like, why would you not sell that? And they were like, no, we're not going to sell it. We're not going to sell it. We're not selling it. And everybody's like, oh, wow, good for them for not like, buying in. And then they came out and they're like, no, we feel it's worth way more. And I was like, I don't give a shit what I own. If someone walked in right now and was like, Chris, we're going to give you $3 billion. Cool. Done. You never do the show again. Cool. Done. And I'd like,
later, I'll start a new show.
And I would just give you guys all the rest. Here you go. Done. And you know what we would all do? Nothing. We would do what we wanted. Like we would never work again.
I'd work my ass off.
I don't know like what that will look like. I used to not really like to go out to a lot of events unless I really had to. And now I'm like begging for it. Yeah.
What do you think that's gonna be like whenever this quarantine's over?
Oh my god. I'm gonna actually be happy to sit at an open mic.
Do you think though? Here's my question. Do you think we're gonna like go to the launch pad, business as usual, or do you think people are gonna be so afraid to touch each other it's gonna be silly?
I think that like life as we used to know it, it will never be back to that all the way.
Yeah,
there's always gonna be some like weird thing to it always because I know that I'll never look at big social settings like that the same.
Yeah.
Even if it's like I'm not like scared of anything, it'll just be like, man, this is crazy. I'll if nothing else, I'll just appreciate it more.
It'll be like grandma lived through the Great Depression,
right?
Yeah, like we all a little bit like Howard Hughesy.
Yeah,
for a moment.
My grandpa lived through the quarantine of 2020, and he's always stocked up on his spaghetti.
I saw this interview with the guy who lived through the flu pandemic of 1918, and they were like, oh, how long ago do you think, how long did it feel like things went until people started like going to church and going to gatherings like normal? And he was like, I think 1922 it felt normal again.
Wow.
But I mean, now things maybe not, but like move quicker or whatever because of technology. But yeah, I think like once you've gotten that like germaphobe Howard Hughes mindset, you can't just turn it off.
Right.
Yeah.
But I hope people still want to come to fucking concerts or else fuck.
I mean, my sister was talking about birthday cakes and like I hadn't really thought about that. She's like, I don't know, someone blowing all over their birthday cake has me thinking differently about it. She's like, I don't think it was pretty weird to begin with, but now like I don't want to eat anything that somebody just blew all over.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you guys don't have small children in your homes because like she blows on everything all the time.
Just have to get rid of her.
She sticks things in her mouth. Like I don't.
You'll just have to take her to the pound.
I know.
I
don't think that's an option.
I like how Ray says get rid of her, and his version of that is to the pound. For me, it was just like a silencer.
Yeah, I was hoping that she could get rehomed at least.
Like gets out of the car, she's like, "This isn't Disneyland."
Look at the flowers.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right. We're terrible people.
No, man.
I'm kind of hoping everybody has a little bit of social anxiety like I do. So then maybe it won't be so scary for people with social anxiety.
Well, and a good thing I saw was someone was posting this handicapped artist who's like physically unable to go out a lot. She was like, well, now everything's accessible to me. So that's cool. Like that now people are streaming so much that there's this awareness of making things accessible for people that can't go out all the time. But she's like, I hope we keep it up, you know, or at least keep that in mind, because that could be really cool. Now we have the technology, like why not?
Yeah. Well, here's crazy. Like we have these people who are like celebrities, and they're like, look at me, and I'm watching like some of the stuff they're doing, and if they don't have someone like helping them, they don't know how to do it. For example, Chris Jericho, the professional wrestler, last night he does a show on Saturday nights called Jericho something Saturday nights or whatever, Slamming Saturday nights, whatever. He had Kevin Smith on his show. Now, when I say he had Kevin Smith on his show, Kevin Smith was on top and he held it in front of the fucking webcam like this.
Wait,
and I'm like,
what?
What?
He interviewed Kevin Smith on his show, and he literally was holding a laptop or had a laptop in front of his webcam so people could see Kevin Smith on the computer.
Oh,
He didn't do this like you should, and I was just blown away by like what, like.
Yeah, do you think Anderson Cooper could set this shit up? Chris, you're ahead of that guy,
right?
That skill set.
I literally like chimed in and I saw Kevin Smith on a laptop. I was like, what is going on there? Like, no one showed you how to do this? Like, you can talk to somebody? What the hell?
The whole time he's interviewing him.
Chris Jericho's like 52 years old. So
that's true. He's in the I'm 45. I'm 45. Does that mean I have a 7-year, like, you know?
Yeah.
I will say he's probably in way better shape than me, though, at 52. Is he really 52?
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now.
I think he's up there. I don't think he's 50, though.
When you started typing it in, Ray, did it populate? Were you like, how old is it? Like,
it was the third option.
What were the other names?
Well, Chris Jericho, I typed in, but it said Chris Jericho Cruise, Chris Jericho AEW, Chris Jericho Age.
Yeah.
So
that kind of shit freaks me out when you start asking a question and you see what the computer thinks it's going to be.
Right. 49.
Okay.
He looks 75.
Saturday Night Special is what it's called. That's the show. I'm trying to find an image of like him like holding the or have the. I was just blown away by it. I was like, man, all right. And I'm sure he got hundreds of thousands of watches. But
oh shit! Okay, I didn't know who Chris Jericho was.
Oh, you're not a Jericho?
Yeah, that's like a solid. I don't know, like that from that picture. I'm like 29 or 59. Like I kind of
right. So Lauren's clearly not a Jerichoholic.
Yeah.
I'm not a Jerichoholic.
What a great name for your fans, Jerichoholics.
Yeah, like, no, I want
to fans.
I saw Luchadors last year, and that for me was a gateway drug to wrestler appreciation.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you saying, Ray?
Huh?
I said, do you have a name for the fans of Lynette?
Oh yeah.
People that have my love and blessing and thank you. What would you say, like Lynette?
Like Hulk Hogan has like the Hulk and Jericho has the Jerichoholics.
Okay, so they'd be like the Nets. I don't know.
Maybe we'll put that in the chat if anybody has any good
suggestions. All y'all that are good at puns, come with it.
Yeah,
we have the DM disciples. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like the Duqueñas. I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to just call them my kingdom. Like it was just kind of like, they're in my kingdom.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know, Lauren, if you knew that I was originally the Trash King. That was my moniker whenever I was a professional wrestler.
Oh my God, no, I saw a flyer with you.
Yeah.
Are you from Los Lunas?
No, but I have wrestled all over New Mexico, and I was working.
You know Joe Quesada.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Joe.
I remember seeing one of your flyers that was up at Tractor, and you're the only person I remember, Ray Basura, the trash man.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy's fucking cool.
Yeah.
The trash man.
Or wait, isn't there an Always Sunny episode where like Danny DeVito?
Yeah, Danny DeVito was the trash man, and like I was the trash king. But every time it like makes its rounds, that always gets sent to me. They're like, "Have you seen this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like it."
Oh, I thought your name was Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Right.
He's like, I'm the trash man.
Well, you know what? So his name is he's called Ray Basura. Do you know what Basura means in
trash.
Spanish? Yeah. Do you know what Ray means?
King.
Yeah.
But you have an A instead of an E.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
You just like flipped it and reversed it.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Ray Basura. Sarah Kate says, "Oh my God, Sarah, see, she didn't even know she loved you until she knew you."
Oh.
Like,
Girl, what do you think of Ray? And I go, trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Trash. I didn't know there was a Shelby though. She's the queen of like saying trash. And
Shelby and I call everybody trash.
Well, and then she has an icon like saved on her phone of trash. And like literally I posted something about some politician that said something fucked up, and immediately she just like prompted with the picture of trash.
Yeah.
And I knew I saw the picture in her voice. Trash.
I really want to meet Shelby. I don't think I know her.
Yeah.
But
she's the best.
She sounds amazing, and she made these awards for Simo's New Year's Eve party.
Oh yeah.
She made these like human-sized Pabst blue ribbon
Yeah.
bodies. And I was like, who made this? What angel? And Simo was like, Shelby. And I was like, this woman I've never met.
It's taken me 20 years of my life to embrace the party with costumes. You know,
no, but she was smart because her New Year's theme, and oh my God, do you guys remember New Year's when everyone was like, let's be hopeful about 2020?
Right. Yeah, 2020 is my year.
That was cute.
New year, new
All gonna
decade.
happen this year.
Yeah.
I like how they were like 2020 is going to be the meme that I love was 2020 is going to be the best year ever, and then it's like Australia's on fire, World War III is about to happen, plague crosses the world.
I said Trump literally was on the brink of us going to World War III like 2 days into 2020.
Right. And then Australia was literally burning, like just burning everywhere. You could see
then they had the locust in Africa. I don't know if you had read about that. Like right whenever everything was starting to step up with the self-isolation here in the U.S., Africa has been getting hit with plagues of locusts.
Wow.
Oh, man. Yeah. And then there's still oh God, was it in Sudan where they're fighting Ebola? Mm-hmm. Well, they were still fighting Ebola, and now COVID's in the mix.
Well, let's not forget about the volcano that exploded. That when last time it exploded, it caused a tsunami that killed 400 people. So let's not forget about that. There we go, right there. Don't forget that Krakatoa is erupting again.
Krakatoa.
Yeah.
I did watch a YouTube video on that.
Right. So hey, sweet. You know?
I'm just looking at that picture of the Shelby thing that she made.
So instead of like Grandpa lived through the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic, I'll be like, Grandpa lived through 2020. That's what he did. He lived through 2020. What was 2020 like? Well, it was a hellscape. Let me tell you. You'd go to the grocery store and there was no toilet paper anywhere. First of all, they're like, what about sanitary wipes? Ha! You're out of your mind.
Right.
Hand sanitizer, you fool. Somewhere Michael Stipe is giggling. Nice. Yeah, I love that. Did you see that REM It's the End of the World has recharted?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh God, that makes sense.
Climate change. Actually, climate change is the positive thing. Like shit's cleaning up. You're like, oh, nice. Like the Earth's like.
Have you seen those pictures of like how you can see the sky better in certain places because there's
LA?
not as much pollution?
The LA one was
crazy. Coyotes.
There was this giant ass crow just walking down my sidewalk earlier today. It was literally like bigger than any rooster I've ever seen. And it's just walking, not, it was just on a stroll like it's patrolling the sidewalk.
Not afraid for its life.
Yeah.
They saw a photo was taken of coyotes on the Golden Gate Bridge. Because,
So it's like my neighborhood. Always. Just some coyotes, some foxes, roadrunners all over the place. I saw a woodpecker in my backyard the other day.
Wow. I saw the dolphins like in Venice. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like the coyote thing, like the Holly was talking about, that shit's nuts. Like someone in Denver was like filming and they were like up on their balcony and you just hear coyotes all over Denver. Just going nuts.
Dude, the planet, she's taking it back. She's like, okay, I'm gonna take this back.
You guys need to clean it up. No, you're not gonna do it. All right, virus. How about that? How about a little volcano action, guys?
Mother Earth is grounding us. That's what she's doing.
Go to your room.
We're in timeout.
And it only takes a month?
Yeah, we're only grounded for a month. This is like the Hail Mary style slap on the wrist shit.
Yeah. So we're just on this planet month to month. They're all, well, if they stay away for a month, everything's cool.
Right. Like, like the funny thing was that someone posted, they're like, don't forget to go out and start your car so it's not dead when you go to drive it. And I was like, man, oh, wow, look at this one. Someone's watching. Look at this.
Amanda,
your pie was great. That's not a sexy joke. She gave me pie yesterday. 10-foot distance, and I ate it for breakfast this morning.
She didn't give me no pie.
Look at this optimistic fuck.
Oh, look at that.
New Year's Eve. What could go wrong?
New Year's Eve. In my element, right? Which is funny because like most of those people are like dressed like cowboys, and like I actually grew up in that environment.
Oh yeah, here it is. So it was Shelby made this fine award for the party.
Aww.
Yeah. So yeah, Amanda answered. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we had Amanda on the show, we were still really unsure what was going on, and she was actually still on the fence about South by Southwest happening. Like, we were in the dark about what things were going to look like in the next couple weeks.
Well, I'm not.
Was Barney on the show too?
What's that?
Was Barney on the show too?
He was on. So Amanda was on like the Sunday night show, and then like right when this really started to like happen. I did a special Friday edition of Tendrick.
That's the one that Barney was on.
And Barney, I was like, hey, the funny part is, let me actually throw that out there. I hit up Barney and I was like, hey, are you busy tonight? And his answer was, ha! I'm not busy for like 3 months. And he's like, what? And I go, you want to come on the show? And he goes, absolutely. And it was him and one of the players from the
Gladiators.
Yeah.
That was back when Barney was living with me. A year ago.
Wait, what?
A month ago, but it feels like a year.
Oh, was Barney living with you?
No, but Chris, if Amanda's threatening you with food, take her up on it.
You don't threaten me with food, Amanda. Let me cut a promo on her. How dare you?
Amanda is the sweetest human ever.
Yeah.
I love her.
So my friend Sabrina is doing a lot of needlepoint during the whole thing, and I found a needlepoint that I want her to do for me, and I'm really excited about it. Let me show you guys.
Is it an upside down cross?
No. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I don't know if I can share it, and it looked very good.
I heard tell she's going to make us some gloves.
Right. First of all, how dare you? And I just want that so bad, right? That's so me, because I'm really a big fan of like the phrases. There's like 4 phrases. First of all, how dare you? And then, who do you think you are? You've got a lot of nerve.
Oh, Chris, so
yeah.
you've rubbed off on me over the time that I've been on this show.
Okay.
And so now I have rubbed off on Danny, and she says, how dare you?
Oh. I thought you were going to say, oh, go for it.
And she also now says, who do you think you are?
Wait, this is the 4-year-old that gave you your Jeff name?
Yes.
Screamy Jeff.
Yeah.
Screamy Jeff.
I'm not
yeah.
I'm gonna have to call Danny's judgment into question.
I thought you were gonna say like your 4-year-old goes, "Hey, I liked it," because that's
your other one.
The 4-year-old goes, "I'm not touching this," and why?
I think it's great.
I'm gonna work on it. We'll just see if I can get her to do it, just so I can take a video and send it to you.
Oh, I'll fucking love that.
She's so sassy.
I don't know why I don't have T-shirts made. Well, I liked it.
Well, I liked it.
I liked it. I don't know. I do that at work now, and people are like starting to like. They'll look at me like, "What the fuck?" We all liked it, and I'm like, "No, I liked it." Do you know that joke, Lauren?
What? Well, I liked it.
It's the tone joke. It's like if like your friend's like, "Hey, you guys come over and check out my apartment. I just moved in. It's great." And you show up with your other friend, and then they're like, "What do you guys think?" And you look at them and you go, "Hey, I liked it." and then they like look at your friend like, "What the fuck?" It's a tone joke.
Chris did that at a comedy show one time. To a comedian, and that like comedians are the most like self-conscious people, especially about our comedy. And this person walks up and Chris goes, "Well, I thought you were funny," and then looks at me, and they were just like, "Oh."
Did no one else?
And for like weeks, they kept like hugging me extra and like.
And it's just me being an ass.
Implies some sort of criticism, right? Like everyone else thought it was shit, but I liked it.
Well,
but I enjoyed it.
So I love tone jokes. My favorite is like if I was stand up, I would do a tone joke where I talk about like Olympia beer. The slogan for what the fuck was that? Like something just like hit hard like upstairs. Olympia beer has the slogan, "It's the water." Well, what the fuck does that mean? Like if I hand you the beer and you go, "Oh," you go, "Yeah,
it's the water."
It's the water. And then they go, "Yeah, it's the water." It can go either way. It's just like whoever was in that marketing department was like, "This will work."
Is that out of like Washington?
Yeah. What the fuck? That scared the shit me. It literally was like someone dropped a couch on the ceiling a while ago.
We're gonna be watching the Netflix special about the murder that happened above your house.
Do you have ghosts?
Also, when you say things like something just hit hard upstairs, the tone really changes what that sentence means.
Right.
Yeah, let's do some tone explorations of that sentence.
Something just hit really hard upstairs.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so can I explain the situation that's going on upstairs?
Please.
Oh, man. So I live in this apartment. It's like 800 square foot. I live by myself. I have a bathroom. That's important. So
why wouldn't you have a bathroom? This isn't the fucking East Village in 1972.
It is upstairs. So upstairs, there's 5 apartments that I know of. I've never actually walked up there. I have walked up there once. So there's 4 men that live in different apartments upstairs, and they all share one bathroom that is accessible by the hallway. I've seen it. Not a
It's
large
like-
bathroom.
It's like living in a dorm.
Yeah.
I've never.
It's not zoned for residential.
Now there's one woman that lives upstairs, and her apartment has a bathroom. I don't know. All I know
We
is
put up with that shit. We need to do it.
yeah, right before the coronavirus happened, my landlord's like, I'm so glad this happened. He's like, yeah, we're gonna replace the hot water heater, which I had this weird issue with, like my hot water like drizzling out. It was still worked, but it drizzled out. And he fixed it, but he was like, it's gonna be like I came home and he's like, yeah, the hot water heater's fixed. And I turned my hot water on and it was nothing. And I was like, yeah, I have no hot water. And he came over and he was like working on it. And he goes, well, I fixed it on the sink in the kitchen. I fixed it in the bathroom sink, but the shower, I haven't fixed it on. And he goes, and I have a date tonight. And I was like, okay.
That's the one place you need it the most. Like
Right.
boil
You went
water.
backwards there, fella. And then he goes, if you need to shower, just use the one upstairs. Let me show it to you. And he took me up there. And like that was the first time I had seen like the upstairs area. And it's almost like a dormitory. And it has a bathroom. And he's like, you can use this shower. And I was just like, oh, okay. No. I just literally went a whole day without a shower. Just
How did the shower look? Great.
small. Like a small, you know.
Oh,
you know,
like the head was too small to get your man.
It would hit like here. Like right.
Yeah, you're a tall guy. You're in Mexico tall.
Yeah. I'm tall for New Mexico. I think I'm
You're
tall
like
for
Texas size.
I'm what?
You're like Texas sized.
Oh, well, I grew up right next to it.
Yeah.
So the guy that was making fun of the way I say Barcaño, like that's because I'm from near
You're
Texas.
from Clovis. That's basically Texas. Culturally.
Yeah. Pretty much. Which has a lot of coronavirus.
Oh no.
Eh,
Does it have a lot of old folks?
yes.
What, Clovis or Texas? Coronavirus, I'm asking.
Clovis.
Oh, hey, Nate.
When he says he's here now, is he in Albuquerque now? Is he back?
Yeah, I knew he was moving back. I didn't know he was here yet.
Nice.
Good to know.
Well, he's just letting everybody know.
Nate sent him. What was James? What were the bands that Nate was in?
Nate was in the October People. He was in Monster Paws.
Yeah.
He was in Ex Calico, and he was Ex Calico.
Monster Paws was pretty big time, weren't they?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
He said he just got here.
Oh shit! Yay! My bestie back in town.
Aw.
Welcome home, man.
Welcome back. He actually used to play a lot of his music on the show. He would send it to us and we'd play it. Yeah. So everybody's like, whoa. So what do you guys see? Like, when is this going to end, do you think?
Like August, maybe.
Do you think that long away? August?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking August too.
I
I mean, not soon enough.
I want for May.
May?
Me too.
Well, do you think they're going to open up everything too early?
Yeah. I think that's why August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, did I talk about how like did I say I don't remember if I talked about this last night or today.
What?
Did I talk about this or because last night I did a show for like 3 hours, so I don't remember. So I emails from the federal government basically telling us how to act, and it's quite the opposite of what the federal government's telling the public.
Oh, I'm sure.
What's that?
Do tell more.
So okay. So like I work on the base, right? So you have the federal government, they're like, oh, pretty soon we're gonna like release like about like the downside, like we're gonna release restrictions, we're gonna do this, that, and another. Literally Friday, I'm getting emails that are like the opposite. Well, if you come on base, please cover up your face. And don't come on unless you need to. Which is like this was Friday. Not like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's the opposite of literally what the government's telling you in the public, right? You know, why on Friday? They're like, as of Friday now, if you go on base, you have to tell them what your purpose is, and you have to have a face covering. Okay, so you're making the restrictions more restrict here, but then as I turn on the TV, they're like, "Oh, everything's lightening up." That doesn't seem. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like two different things here.
You know what feels weird is buying. Oh, good dog. Buying booze with a face mask.
Yeah. What do you guys think? So people are pissed about like the liquor stores closing. Did you hear why the liquor store thing happened?
Well, because they're like non-essential, right?
That's not what
Wasn't
happened.
there a news article from Europe that was saying like, oh, Americans are buying a bunch of booze and that's all they're doing?
So here's what actually happened in the state of New Mexico. I heard this from 3 different sources. So Total Wine, both on the west side and the regular one, were just allowing people
The
in.
regular one. Sorry.
The regular one. The one, the wide and then the regular one. They were letting people in and just business as normal. They didn't give a shit. They didn't do anything. And then the government was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" So they couldn't just shut down Total Wine. So they had to shut them all down. And then Total Wine tried to act like they were a grocery store because they have snacks. And the state police literally had to go in and say, "Shut this down."
Yeah, there's this Marissa DeMarco and Khalil from Pope Yes Yes Y'all. They have a new show on it's a new podcast, Your New Mexico Government, and they're just covering. It's really good. It's like a half-hour show of all this basic governmental coverage. But yeah, and they interviewed Tim Keller, and he was saying, he was like, you can't just throw a bunch of fucking candy bars on your cash register and say you're a grocery store. And now that makes sense that it was like a Total Wine, like, come on, man. But the thing about New Mexico, like, you can buy like grocery stores, like in Idaho and Utah, like you can't.
No, those blue laws. So it shocks people because like in DC, like Shelby was like, "Do you know you can't buy liquor at the grocery store?" And I go, "Yeah, that's most of America." In New Mexico, we think that our shit's like super like repressed. You can buy liquor at the grocery store. That's not normal around the United States.
And we have an okay selection at the grocery store as well. Like, I'm sorry you won't be able to get your super rare whiskeys right now, you bougie fucks, but
don't demonize me, Holly-Ann.
I will be missing my conversations with the boys at Jubilation, but I'll
Oh yeah.
All right, wait a second. Why would you? They're still open.
Oh yeah?
From what I hear.
They thought they were doing curbside from what I last heard.
Oh, well, that's great. Hey,
which makes me laugh.
Local neighborhood Jubilation.
Which makes me laugh because when I was a little kid, you could drive up to a drive-up window in New Mexico and you could buy alcohol. And then they outlawed that. And then now we're like, pandemic. They're like, well, they could just bring it to your car, which is pretty much fucking
That was my personal Burqueñaism that like Alex makes fun of me for. I call Jubilation Jubilations.
Nice.
And I didn't know I was doing it. And I'd be like, let's go to Jubilations. And he's like, you're putting an S on it.
You guys remember when they shut down drive-up windows here?
I do.
Yeah.
My dad was devastated.
They tried to do this thing where it was like basically like, how you drive in to get your oil changed. They tried to do that where you like drove in and then they had alcohol there, that because it's not a drive-up window. And so then they stopped that too. But the funny thing is,
as long as you're carding people, why do we give a shit?
Like, right. So in Lubbock, Texas, I had the thing that's crazy about Lubbock, Texas is when I was in college, the county, the city was dry, but the county was wet. So you couldn't sell packaged alcohol in the city of Lubbock. And my friend that I went to high school with, he ended up going to college at Texas Tech. And his job, he worked Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. And his job, like if you wanted to buy packaged alcohol, you had to drive outside of the city limits of Lubbock and there was this place called the Strip, and it was like 5 liquor stores in a row, and they were all connected, and they all had like an overhang, and you would drive up, and my friend they did not give him a salary. Like, he did not get an hourly wage, nothing. He was a runner.
Just freelance.
So you drove up, parked, they would run out to your car, and they would check. They'd be like, hey, what do you need? And you'd be like, I need a 30-pack of Bud Light. And they're like, cool, that's $18. Let me see your ID. And they would check the ID. And then they would take your money, run in, get you the Bud Light, come back out, and then you would tip them, and they lived off only tips. And he would, like, on a Friday night, $500-$600. So he worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and he would just make all the money he needed for, like, he'd make shitloads of money.
Well, and then in Texas, you got strip clubs that you could bring your own booze into, right?
Fucking
Yeah.
With a 30-pack, and you're like, I'm good.
We could do whole shows on me at the strip clubs in Lubbock, Texas, on bringing our alcohol.
I'm here to spend money on the talent.
So how that worked is you would pay like $20. Like, the cover to get in was really high. It was like $20 to $30.
But that's better than them nickel and diming the chicks.
Right. And so what you do is you'd pay $20 to $30 to get in, and you could bring your own keg, you could bring your own growlers, you could bring your own 6-packs, whatever.
Yeah.
Cooler, yeah. And they would bring you ice. And then it was all nude. And it was amazing. I love going to the strip clubs in Texas and in Mexico. I will teach you. The next time Lauren Poole's on, we got to talk about Lauren and Chris at the strip club. You laugh. You remember this?
I thought I was gonna get through this show without talking about strip clubs, but I look at your face and then I think about strip clubs.
Have you? So I'll just tease this. Lauren, one night we're at the Blue Show at the show at the Box Theater.
Yeah.
It's the Blue Show, which if you've
they
never
they use bad words. They could talk about naughty things.
Yeah. So we're drinking from a keg of Tractor, and it's past 2:00 in the morning. And Lauren's like, we're all like, where are we gonna go? And Lauren's like, we could go to Knockouts.
They're open till 4, baby.
Do you remember that night?
Now that you bring it up, I'm like flashes.
You were like, there's this girl there. She has like a cheetah tattoo. Chris, you know. And I was like, I don't know.
No, her name was India, and she went to work in Guam. She was my favorite at Knockouts. Like, I went in dressed as the Bride of Frankenstein on Halloween, and she was like, it's alive. And I was like, this chick's great. And then she went to work in Guam, and I don't know. I hope she's fucking raking it in. Great.
Guam, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been back recently, and it's terrible now.
Yeah, I lost my wallet there a year and a half ago. And then they called me 4 months after I left it there. They were like, we found your wallet. And I was like, when do you clean your lost and found? Like, okay. And then I went in at like 5 p.m., which is a very startling time to go in there.
First of all,
like, no, it's not here. And I was like, I'm very concerned.
When you guys clean, number one. Number two, when you clean the lost and found.
Yeah.
In that order, when does this happen?
Yeah, unless you have something that picks up in black light, if you drop it on the floor at a strip club, like, it's gone.
I want to walk into a strip club early on to go pick something up like that, and they just have like a Roomba scooting around. That would be fantastic, right?
A Roomba covered in glitter.
Or like the cocktail girl is like using one of those 80s like carpet flickers. Like the
no, right. Every like 5 minutes they have to take the thing out to pour the glitter out. Because it's just a little. Because like I have a room like the little containers like this big, so they're just glitter containers. Like
I have so many animals that my robot vacuum cleaner. I have to dump out the little tray so much that it's hard.
What's your robot vacuum's name?
Robbie.
Robbie. Mine's name is Greg. Greg. Everybody's like, "Oh, this place is clean." I was like, "Yeah, Greg ran around the house, cleaned up a
Well,
little
Robbie just kind of runs into a wall.
bit." He's fucked up. Ugh. He's
Then
a drink.
he pivots, but he kind of does like a K-shaped pattern, and he misses some swats.
Oh dang! People are hitting me up. They're like, "Hey, if your friend can't do that cross stitch pattern, I'll do it for you." Fuck, that's
Oh,
dope.
nice. Yeah, let's get a bunch of cross stitch.
Fuck yeah! All right, I think we've damaged. You guys think we've done enough damage? I think I need to eat some food, maybe.
I drank a whole growler by myself.
Damn.
Good job.
What did you drink? What was it? Tractor?
Yeah, during these hard economic times, Tractor is kind enough to give all of us free beer.
Really?
Aw.
As
Mhm.
much as you want?
Yeah. I mean,
See that?
people are fucking around with like 2 growlers, but I'll roll in with a cooler, and I'm like, get out of the way.
Yeah, you've been there long enough.
Yeah.
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 You work at the same one Courtney works at?
Mostly the Knob Hill one.
Oh, you really? Okay, I didn't know that. I always see you
Yeah,
on.
we had all these kegs that were tapped, and it's just going to go bad. At 5 tap rooms, we have shit running on CO2, so they're just giving all the employees for free. So
Is that so? Huh? I'm just kidding. Interesting.
Oh, but Alex has been. I think next week they're going to live stream the One Night Stanleys next Friday night at 8.
Sick. I was just about to go into what do people want to promote. So, Alex and the One Night Stanleys next what day?
Friday the 17th at 8 p.m.
How's that going to work? Are they going to do it from a location?
Well, it's like audio, so it'll be like the Great Depression. So you all just like sit around your computer and don't look at it because it'll just be still headshots of the dudes. But they'll interview someone from the audience to mine all the info for the long form improv. And they did it this last Friday and it was pretty good.
Interesting. I just want
to. I mean, improv shows are scary, dude. It's like that episode of Broad City. It's real hit or miss. Like, you don't know if you're gonna sit through a shit show or laugh 3 times. And the Stanleys are a good bet.
do you miss doing improv?
Huh?
Do you miss doing it?
No, it made me too nervous. I like watching it and I like being a critic, but I only miss doing the Wayne Brady shit, like the making up songs.
I always thought you were really good at it, though.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Alex, top notch.
I just like to watch.
Alex Knight is one of the best I've ever seen.
He's so good at improv. It's crazy.
Maybe, so he's in town?
Yeah.
So you think Alex will do the show next Sunday?
Yeah. He's
right.
not going anywhere.
Fucking A, he's not going anywhere. You tell him I said.
Misery style, like chain.
Yes.
Just break his knees.
Why did you hobble my feet? I would have done it anyway. I don't know. I just wanted to do that.
Oh, man. I never realized that's what Kathy Bates did. She hobbled him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Holly Ann, what do you got to promote?
I also was going to promote if you're looking for a good IPA to drink, Hamster made his own IPA at Dialogue, and if you guys would go by Crowlers, maybe they'll bring him back after the quarantine.
Yeah. They have to.
So it's called Sir Dialectic. It's super good, and tell them that you love Hamster and want him to be able to feed his family.
Dialogue is great, man.
Can we change his name to Star?
Huh?
Hamstar.
Hamstar.
Dialectic.
Huh?
What's it called?
It's called Sir Dialectic.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Dialectic? Dialectic.
Dialectic.
I don't know.
James, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. And also watch our podcast and hear our relationship devolve over the next few weeks.
I hope not.
Oh no, I don't think so. He's stuck with me. I will also hobble him if he tries to leave. So.
Yes. We have Alex Knight bedridden, and we have Hamster bedridden on the show today.
Together, next to each other with tags in their mouths.
Hobbled twins. James, you got going
Go ahead and since everyone has enough free time, go ahead and watch me on the second season of Midnight Texas. It's streaming on Hulu or the NBC app, or play Find Where the Hell Is He. I'm all over a bunch of stuff. Tell me about it. Sometimes I forget. It's The Brave, The Night Shift, and Daybreak. I know where I'm at in that one.
Ooh, what crew are you with in Daybreak?
Oh, I was a Letterman.
Dude, you need to send me that photo again so I could post it. It's James in a Letterman's jacket.
Oh, okay. So you're like one of the jocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like okay, James, you're in your mid 30s. Let's say mid 30s.
Yes.
And they have been playing like a Letterman's jock. Like what?
Letterman's jocket?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone was like,
they haven't
the
been
people that were old enough were doing the Luke Perry jokes. They're all, nice job there. What are you, in your 30s? You're playing a high schooler? I'm like,
oh my God, I'm going to go watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the 1992 classic, as soon as we hang up.
So, little known fact, in All Elite Wrestling, the new promotion that's on TNT, Luke Perry's son, Jack Perry, is one of the wrestlers, Jungle Boy.
Dude, Luke Perry was great in the
210. Look up Jungle Boy, and you'll see him, and he has the sideburns and he has everything. And that's Luke Perry's son. And when he died, Jungle Boy climbed like he was the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was coming out, and there were some of the billboards that had Luke Perry on them, and he climbed one of them and was just sat on it because he was like sad,
Oh my God, he looks just like him.
Right? Yeah, that's him.
Oh, wow.
That's him, yeah. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Radio.
Ray. What's Ray got to promote?
Well, I'm still I'm still working regularly. So I guess if anyone has their cats that need to be seen, Albuquerque Cat Clinic is still open. So please bring your cats to us. But in my spare time, I'm still doing art commissions. Have a couple shirt designs and logos that I'm working on. And you can follow some of that stuff on Basura Paint on Facebook and Instagram. You can also follow some regular stuff on Ray Basura, which is my Facebook and my other Instagram, but really haven't been posting a whole lot on there because all I do is work and then come home. So Basura Paint probably have the more interesting things to see while we're all stuck at home.
Yeah. Lauren, what do you got?
Oh yeah, Prism Bitch has got a new single out on Thursday, April 16th. So Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music, all that stuff.
Just
and
put Prism Bitch on Spotify, turn it on, and then let it go for like hours.
Let it go. No, but this song is one that we sort of jammed out. It's a single that we made. The song kind of came as a joke jam. I had this tractor regular that gave us he inherited a bunch of money from a dead relative.
Wow.
And he was talking to me about it when there was no one else in the bar. He was like, I inherited all this money and what should I do? And I was just totally joking. I was like, my band is launching our Patreon on Monday. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, just kidding. And he was like, when do you get off? And I was like, and it's a person that I'd known from, a couple of years. And he came in with an envelope of money. And it was right before we went to South by Southwest last year. And he gave me like $1,000 for the band. And we went to, and what's fucked up is that basically just paid for us to get to South by Southwest, stay there in a hotel and get home.
Yeah.
But it was so helpful. But when I came home and surprised the band with that info, like, guys, we're not in debt going to South by. We were all stoked and we started just fucking around, and the result was the jam of this weird song that ended up being the one that we're releasing.
Oh wow.
On Friday.
Awesome.
Nice.
It was sort of like a joke, and then we were like, no, we like it, let's record it.
Were you guys officially invited to South by?
Last year, yes.
Oh wow.
But who fucking knows what that means, right? Like that.
Sure.
That's like so amorphous. And it's like I don't know, who is the like South by Southwest, empire man sitting in a robe with their long white fingers going like this?
Ray is actually the South by Southwest guy. I guess
Yeah.
you heard it here first, guys. Sorry.
Stroking.
You're the one that nominated us?
Yeah. He's just sitting there like, ha 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 ha. No.
like shoots out of his hand.
Yeah. That's awesome though. So Thursday, so that should be cool. So people check that out. It's been great having Lauren on the show again. That's what I was going to talk about. So this is like the chillest I've ever seen you. You're usually pretty like high energy. How are you handling all this with your high energy, like, personality?
I'm like an ADD human. I had
yeah.
a lot of teachers that tried to get my mom to put me on Ritalin when I was a kid. But there was a South Park episode that did a good take on that. But yeah.
I have that too, but I'm not like you.
No, well, I think that's the thing too, is that I think
hey, everybody has to go. Oh, what's that? Hey, that's you.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, my job is so social though that now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like a little flip has happened. So I kind of just want to save it for my family and friends. You know what I mean? Like I'm sort of aging out of this hyper social shit where I can't put it on all the time. And I got to save it for my own off time.
If anyone knows exactly what you're talking about, I do.
Yeah. And so and Holly does too, because she's got social anxiety and she's got to be funny in front of people. And you know what that's like. I mean,
oh yeah,
just because you're funny doesn't mean you like being around 40 people at once. Like,
no. Oh, thanks.
And my thing is I want to be everyone's best friend all at once. And then my brain turns into sparks. I'm going to start on fire and like start functioning. But yeah, like what I love about this is that, I mean, Chris has seen it at parties. Like when I get drunk or stoned when I'm chilling, I just want to be cooking or sewing and hanging out with my friends. And that's all I'm doing. So yeah.
Very different. Yeah. Anyway, I want to thank Lauren for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Always welcome.
You guys are great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
You're great.
You're great. Yeah. We like you.
You're great.
Okay. We'll accept that. I want to tell people that we're live most Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. 10drinkminimum.com, facebook.com.
Who's that?
James is holding his cat up now.
What a pretty cat.
We have a YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Smash that like and subscribe, as Billy would say. That's Alfred.
Smash that like button.
Yeah. And I just want to thank everybody for being safe. Stay safe. Don't endanger other people. Wear a mask if you can.
Yeah, masks are for you, protecting people from you. So do it.
And everyone, I want everyone to come out of this that I know. People are, there's people that are going to die, and I'm not excited about that. But I'm like, just everyone try to let's try not to do that. Let's all try to be
good at that.
Good. Yeah, James is good at that. He's like,
I'm really good at almost dying, but then like not actually doing it.
Yeah, me and Amanda won't even hug. We just talk to each other from 10 feet away.
And it's hard not to hug Amanda.
It's really hard not to hug Amanda if you're allowed to.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm probably going to get in trouble for that. I think you guys are all great. I love all of you guys. And thank you guys for all watching. With that, we are 10 Drink Minimum.
10 drink minimum.
Happy Sunday.